Hi everyone, this is your video on the Wheel of Fortune. So I'll be working with 4 tarot cards. We'll be going through 4 of them. And I'll start off, of course, with the Rider-Waite. We'll go through the symbolism of that, go through the symbolism of the Crowley, look at some aspects in the Wheel of Fortune in the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot, and then we'll move on to the BRYAN Wizard of Oz, where we'll look at the runes and other things that come to eye. So let's get started. The Wheel of Fortune with the Rider-Waite. So we see this one right here. And we'll just go through some of the symbology that is being shown here on the Wheel of Fortune. So of course it's the number 10. We see the Roman numeral 10 here right at the top. And the 1 is the beginning of a new cycle. So we've ended the cycle with the Hermit, and now we're beginning another cycle. It's the spiral with the 10. So the exterior journey was where the Fool or consciousness develops awareness of what lies outside of itself, right? And now it's developing awareness of what lies inside of itself. So the Wheel of Fortune marks the beginning of the inner journey. And it is the 1, of course, 1 plus 0. The 0 has been added to the 1. And we can see in this case the 0 as being an amplifier or an enforcer or a portal almost, right? Which brings you to the next level. And the associated planet is Jupiter. So Jupiter gives expansion, intuition. It's the good luck planet. So the wheel in the upright position is seen as being a very lucky card. It's seen as fate or coincidence. It's the wheel of karma. It is yeah, a lot of things. So let's go through the symbols and the alchemical symbols. There are 4 letters described in the wheel, so T-A-R-O, and in between the letters we find the symbols of the 4 elements, right? But these are Hebrew letters, but they're the 4 elements right here inside the wheel too. And then we've got Typhoon in form of the serpent descending the wheel, and this is one of the deadliest gods in Greek mythology. On the other side we've got the god Anubis going up the wheel, and Anubis represents the rise of good luck, and Typhoon is the coming down of bad luck kind of things. And the 4 creatures of Ezekiel are depicted in the 4 corners of the card. And we talked about these 4 in the Crowley Tarot in previous videos. But we've got the face, we have the, what is this? Gosh, I can't see. The ox right here. We've got the human, no, the ox right here, the lion here, the human here, and the eagle here. They also represent, of course, the zodiac signs. So this would be, of course, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, and Scorpio. And they're also represented, they're also seen as cherubs or cherubim, but they also signify, again, the 4 elements. So they're linked to fire, water, air, and earth. But they also stand for the 4 virtues: to will, to know, to dare, and to be silent. So then the tree figures situated directly on the wheel are believed to be the tree alchemical elements. So that would be salt, mercury, and sulfur. So salt would be represented by Typhoon, mercury by Anubis, and sulfur is the Sphinx. And they mark the shape, phase, and potential of energy. So salt means darkness, ignorance, and death, which is represented by, again, by Typhoon. Sulfur represents the energy, thrill, fire, and glow, and unrest, and this is represented by the Sphinx. And Mercury means calm, intelligence, know-how, lucidity, and balance, and this is represented by Anubis. Then, so in this sense, the Wheel of Fortune tells us that there are difficulties that need to be overcome. So salt, by means of strength and energy, Anubis, in order to get to the essence, Sphinx. From there, you can go even higher to the spiritual worlds. So the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Some people say that the energy of the Wheel of Fortune cannot be changed, so it doesn't matter if it's upright or reversed, and that you read what's coming based on the surrounding cards. And some people say that the energy, if it's upright, it's a good it's a good sign, but if it's inverted or or upside down, that's the word I'm looking for, then this is not so beneficial. So I don't read upside down cards. I read it according to the energy and how it's flowing, and so I don't know, but whatever works for you, right? So that's the Rider-Waite version. Then let's have a look at the Crowley version. And for those of you that are wondering which book this is the Crowley Tarot by Angeles Arian. I can't pronounce it. So see, Angeles Arian. And it's an explanation. So let's see here. And this is it's called Luck, I think, in English. I don't know. I have the German cards, whatever. But Wheel of Fortune, so it's representing the principle of abundance. It's showing you abundance in all its glory, universal abundance. So this is when the Fool discovers that there are laws that govern the experience that he's having, right? And that there are universal regulations that he kind of has to abide by in a certain sense. And he's learning that there's something higher, there's something more that is determining his fate. So this also represents those energies that lie outside of your control, that lie outside of any kind of control. They just like they're bolts from heaven, right? So let's see here. Let's go through the symbols. In this one, we see that the goddess, the whole thing represents the goddess Fortuna, and that it can bring us happiness, joy, good fortune. But we also see this, the symbols represent that if we stay objective like the Sphinx, flexible like the monkey, so objective like the Sphinx, flexible like the monkey, and always looking, oh, here's the monkey, I'm sorry, flexible like the Sphinx, here we go now. Gee whiz. I gotta stop. I'm not retaking this. I'm not. So flexible like the monkey, objective like the Sphinx, and always looking to renew ourselves, right? And looking for new possibilities and ways to express ourselves like the crocodile. So the exploding stars represent our experience and the possibilities to awaken and to give our life a more positive and open horizon and direction. This is called like the aha experience that we have, this sudden epiphany, sudden insight, sudden knowing. And this is also indicating all these flows of energy in the background, that it is that expansion and abundance comes through the willingness to risk something, the willingness to be open and interested in various things, and through that stay in the flow of life, and that way life can gift to us and give to us. Of course, this card, the Wheel of Fortune, always also has to do, because it's a one, with the aces in the minor arcana, with the Magician, which is the communication card. This one would be creativity. So in this sense, the aces move up a notch, right? When it's dealing with the Wheel of Fortune, because it's the next level. It's the door to the next level. So the Ace of Swords becomes inspired thinking. It's moving from clarity into inspired thinking. The Ace of Cups becomes love in wisdom. The Ace of Wands becomes truth and authenticity. The Ace of Pentacles becomes success. And another card it's in connection with is the Sun, which is teamwork and partnership. The cards that it finds are also the tens. It's also connected to the tens, but especially two of them are challenges for this energy. And so that would be the 10 of Swords, which is ruin. It's moved from the fear of ruin to ruin. And the 10 of Wands, which has moved from the fear of not being expressive, of having their energy shut down to having their energy shut down to being suppressed. The fear of suppression to suppression. So this is what's being shown here in the Crowley card. Okay, and we'll move along. This is going to be a pretty short video in comparison to the others. And we've got the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot, and they bring a whole new aspect to it, so I wanted to share that with you. And so you see here the marketplace. The marketplace is being shown on this card, and it's they've drawn the marketplace that is traditionally in the New Orleans French market. That's it. And the oldest operating market in the country, or in US. So here we see again, what they're showing with this card is the interdependence. Interdependence, the vast chain of life that supports an individual's existence. And why? The attributes of this card focus on an appreciation of the need for cooperation in order to survive. Everything depends upon someone or something else. The Loa need the servitors in order to manifest. The servitors need the animals in order to grow physically and spiritually. The animals need the servitors to feed and care for them. If any link in the chain fails, all is lost. If someone takes more than their share, if greed touches the heart of any of the participants, then all must suffer. So I found that was a really interesting addition to the meaning of the Wheel of Fortune, is that everything is interconnected and that we're living in an interdependence, that nobody is truly independent, that we're living in an interdependence, and that we need to, that the Wheel of Fortune is actually there to remind you of that. So when that fate comes over you, your karma comes back to you, or whatever it is indicated with this card, it's usually to remind you, hey, you've got to roll, you know, stick to it, stay in the plan, because there's a greater plan to all of this. It's a reminder that you are part of a greater plan, right? And so this balancing out occurs if you happen to you know, create something that shifts the energy, right? Okay, and the last card that I wanted to show you guys is from the Wizard of Odd Tarot, and here you see Jupiter, you see Manaz again. Manaz has showed up before, Jupiter all along the edges, and you also see the again, Manaz is the rune that means human, that means mensch, and so it represents humanity, simply. Let's just put it like that. So it represents humanity and the development of humanity, okay? And here we see a Hebrew letter called Kaf. And Kaf, and I'll post the link below, but Kaf means open palm or open hand. And it has to do with, one second. Of course, it's a mystery, always a mystery. Always a mystery. Okay, got it. So Kaf has to do with the will of God as it is in heaven. Yet in order to do his will, we have to know how. Thy will be done on earth is not a matter of believing in his will, but doing it. Kaf is related with willpower and faith, and also bliss, rapture, samadhi, and all those experiences that the soul experiences when it leaves the physical body through the head while in meditation. The three lines that through one stroke form the three aspects of the Kaf are samadhi, ecstasy, spiritual, religious bliss, willpower, and faith. The word faith in Greek is pistis, which also relates with intellect, or the way in which we develop objective reasoning. Illuminated superior spiritual intellect. The cap is a symbol of objective reasoning because the skull cap, or our skull, is covering the mystery of the three primary forces, and so on and so forth. But I will post the link below this box so you can read it through in peace. Okay guys, so when the Wheel of Fortune shows up in divination, what can it mean? Well, it's definitely a change. It's a level up. It's you've reached the next level. Things are going to become either much easier and better from here on in, or things are going to experience a correction. So whenever things get out of balance energetically, on your path, there's this reminder, hey, you're a part of the bigger picture. You do have a mission. You know, you need to get back with the plan. So a correction occurs, or what we consider bad luck. But nothing is really negative or bad, as you will see as you journey through the tarot. It's all a matter of development. That's all it is. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. If you like these videos, please comment, share, and like, and I will see you tomorrow for the next one, where we're discovering the Hanged Man. Okay, take care.